What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA, and yeah, man, this little situation for WB and Discovery is just getting worse and worse. The Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial is just blowing up in their faces. They got Walter Hamada on the stand today. Walter Hamada, who is the DC Comics or DC Movies chief. You know, he had to come out and testify that, yeah, everything that Amber Heard has been sitting up here telling y'all is 100% not true. Yeah, she was almost booted from the sequel, but it ain't because of Johnny Depp or anything had to do with that. It has to do with something else completely different. So we're going to go ahead and jump into that. This article from The Hollywood Reporter. By the way, if you haven't done so already, I really would appreciate a like. Go ahead and click that. And then also hit that subscribe button down below. That really helps me, helps this video, helps us all out. All right, let's get to it. The Hollywood Reporter says DC Films chief denies Amber Heard's Aquaman 2 claims. Walter Hamada testified that Heard was almost booted from the sequel, but that Johnny Depp and his abuse allegations were not the reason. Okay, so what happened? Well, let's go ahead and find out. So it says here, Amber Heard was almost booted from the Aquaman sequel. True. But according to Walter Hamada, her job wasn't in peril for the reasons the actress has claimed, and the studio did not reduce her role along the way. So everything she said is just 100% lie. Sound familiar? If you've been watching the trial, you know that she is just one big giant ball of untruth. Okay, Hamada says basically that, yeah, you know, they had been discussing for several weeks of recasting her as Mera in the upcoming film Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. But he says the studio's concerns was about a lack of chemistry, okay? A lack of chemistry between Heard and Jason Momoa, who of course is the lead. They didn't have chemistry together, Hamada said. The reality is it's not uncommon on movies for two leads to not have chemistry, and it's sort of movie magic and editorial, the ability to put performance with the magic of a great scene and how you put the pieces together. You can fabricate that chemistry. That's very true. You know that most movies that you see, yeah, it's probably a lot of movie magic that made you feel the way you feel. You add some music to it. You get that certain look of Amber Heard kind of staring over at Jason Momoa and him kind of looking back, and you blend all of that together with some editing. Great editors know how to get whatever it is, the emotions that they're trying to get out of the audience. They know how to get that through the magic of movie making. So just think about that before you start thinking, oh, those two actors and actresses, man, they look great together. I bet they really like each other. They could hate each other's guts in real life. But they worked it out to make it work on the screen. This brings up a question, like, what do they do? This woman is out here lying and fibbing on them. She's telling them all kind of stuff, and she's still connected to one of their projects, okay? People are mad. People do not want this chick anywhere associated with this film. Check this out, all right? So we were looking at this, the petition, right? This petition has grown to 4.3 million and is closing in on 4.5 million signatures saying get her out of here. She gets the heave ho. She gotta go. So what does Warner Brothers do? Do they keep her? Well, let's do some quick little math here because I'm actually kind of curious, right? All right, so 4.5 million. Let's bring up the old calculator. All right, so we got 4.5 million people, right? 4, 5, all right. So, what's the average ticket movie price right now? All right. So it says here the average movie price $9.17 in 2022. That's the average movie price right now for a ticket. Okay. Let's go ahead and do some math. Times 9.17. What do we end up with? All right. So we end up with $41.2 million. Is WB really gonna risk $41.2 million? Now, there's no guarantee that everybody that signed this thing is not going to go, but you got to think about it. Like, if they want her out of here, it's actually a possibility that these people are principled enough not to show up to the movie whatsoever. So if all 4.5 million of the people that signed this thing don't go to this film, you're talking about $41 million that you're not going to get. Okay, you know, and it may grow even higher. All right, that's just where it is right now. Aquaman comes out next March. All right, so you're talking about 4.5, maybe go to 5 million, maybe goes to 6 million, maybe goes to 7 million. We still got 10 months. Who knows how many people are going to continue to say, you know what, I don't want her anywhere around this film. So you got to start thinking, right? If this petition right here is showing that this many people are signing and they don't want to have anything to do with Amber Heard, okay, Well, what do you do? What do you do? If I'm WB, I start to listen to the fans, okay? And what have the fans been saying for the longest time? Who do they want to see as Amber Heard's replacement? Boom, Emilia Clarke. It actually looks pretty good right there. I know this is just some kind of doctored up little photo, but she actually looks good. I would imagine that she would do a really good job, of course, playing Mera. She's a really good actress. I've enjoyed her in just about everything she's done. Not only that, but if the issue was chemistry with Jason Momoa, who better, right? She was in Game of Thrones with Jason Momoa, and they had great chemistry as a married couple. So you got to consider this is a very strong, solid possibility. Great chemistry between the two. Not offensive to fans. And you got 4.5 million people currently. All right, this is May. This movie don't come out for 10 months. So you don't want to see that number grow. You want to kind of get on the other side of this thing, get on the positive side and say, hey, you know what? For reasons of our own, we're going to go ahead and excuse Miss Heard from the production of Aquaman. She will no longer be a part of the film. And currently we're looking to recast or whatever, you know. And here's an interesting little tweet that just came out. This guy right here, I don't know who he is. I don't know anything about him. It just came across my thing. Says, and this is Asjad Nazir, okay, says he's a writer, of course, whose work has been covered by 600 media globally, okay, so he's a writer. He says, save this tweet, hashtag Amber Heard will not be in Aquaman 2, not even a cameo. Reliable sources told me a while back they want her completely out of the movie and will figure out a way to make that happen. Okay, so if this is the case, that Amber Heard is out of there, I think that's smart of DC, okay? Now, who knows who this guy is? This was written yesterday. I haven't heard too much buzz about it. I don't know who his reliable sources are. You always got to watch out. People don't name sources. But nevertheless, I think that if DC is smart, if Warner Brothers Discovery is smart, they will try to find the easiest way out of here. Now, what will they do? Will they fire her outright? You know, say, hey, we're just firing her. We're going to, you know, completely remove her from the film and we're going to bring in another actress like Emilia Clarke. Will they just take the 10 minutes, the quote unquote 10 minutes that she's in the film and just kind of say, you know what, let's just edit around that. Let's just get her out of here. She won't be in the film, not even for 1 minute. And they're just going to edit her out. Or will they just say, hey, we're just going to take our chances with the 4.5 million people currently that don't want her in this film. And we'll see what happens. We're just going to leave it as is. Who knows? But I think DC has got to do some really hard, strong thinking about what they want to do about this situation. In any case, folks, that'll do it for me. I want to appreciate everybody who has joined in, subscribed to the channel, giving my videos views and likes. All of that stuff means a lot. I'm coming up close to some of my personal milestones for this channel. So everybody, views, comments, it all helps out. And I really do appreciate everybody supporting me. I want to thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.